How has it been here in Fortuna for you?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. So it was the summer holidays, obviously very quick. So we first had to assess the squad, see where we needed to make changes, make those changes, bring new players in, then put pretty much a whole new team together, and then implement a style of play, and then get going straight away with games. So I think all that happened within 3 or 4 weeks. So it was pretty hectic to start with. It was nice to come here. Obviously a club like this has high expectations, so it's a privilege to be a part of it.
But there's a huge difference from Denmark to Australia, I guess.
In weather, there's a huge difference, especially at the moment. Well, I don't think I could go home to the weather at the moment. It'd be a little bit hot. I'm kind of used to the weather here now, although it's still very cold. Yeah, so the setup here is obviously different to Australia. We have pretty much a 10-month season here, where it's more of a 3 or 4 month season in Australia. Then players go and play elsewhere in the world. So it's good to have that time to be able to obviously work with the players day in and day out, and then work individually, which is a big focus of what I do. Although in this last period that we've come from, because it was games and games and games, there wasn't a lot of time for that individual focus or to really implement the style of play fully that we wanted to. So now we're excited for this next 3 months that we can work individually with the players, but also make tweaks to our style of play.
How will you actually describe yourself as a coach? Because you are the assistant coach right now in Fortuna, but you're also some kind of individual coach, and somebody might say the geek or a nerd football-wise.
Yeah, so I kind of have a dual role here. So the individual side is working with players, implementing different training scenarios so that we can work on their techniques. So we look at refining the techniques. So first, when we're working with players, we identify the deficiencies in the techniques. So what part of the technique is wrong? So I've worked with male and female internationals, all the way down to the grassroots. And every player that I've worked with has technical deficiencies to some degree. So first it's highlighting what those deficiencies are, and then from there making improvements to the technique. And like you said, it could be just a little adjustment. It could be the position of the standing foot. It's where they make contact on the ball. Each player's deficiencies are different, which is based off their bodies.
So kind of football nerdy, you might say?
Yeah, it is. It's something. So I started out as a team coach and then graduated or progressed into individual training. So I did that 3 years, day in and day out, just looking at technique for 10 hours a day. So it's something that I look at football differently now than what I used to, but I think it's very beneficial. And you can see with the players that they gain the success through the practice, and then that transforms onto the field.
And what about your own dreams for the future? Where do you see yourself in 5, 10 years?
That's a good question. I don't know. So obviously we're going to be here for a couple of years, hopefully be here for a couple of years, and then just see where it takes me. Like the individual side obviously interests me a lot, and I think that's where my main focus will be moving forward. But yeah, I'm enjoying working with Brian and enjoying being at the club. So in regards to staying while the project is still exciting, which it is now, then I could definitely see myself staying here.